Teofimo Lopez continues to show me why he's one of my favorite boxers in the game of boxing. Today, he wrote a tweet after a guy wrote that he was canceling his DAZN subscription after 2 years. He said it's just not worth the $220 a year subscription that he was paying for. And then Teofimo Lopez wrote, "See, I told you, you silver spoon fed. Y'all know what? I give it 5 years before your network and your complete boxing unit is completely shut down." The reason why I love Teofimo Lopez is because he lets you have it. He keeps it 100% real. I've never been a fan of Eddie Hearn. I've told you guys numerous times on this channel that Eddie Hearn is the worst promoter. I even had a poll where I asked you guys who is the worst big promoter in the game of boxing today, and you guys all voted Eddie Hearn. And clearly, after that cancellation of subscription and Teofimo sharing the post, it's the truth is becoming reality. Eddie Hearn will eventually go out of business, and that silver spoon-fed bum will have to figure out another sporting event to host, because he is a horrible promoter. He's not honest. He sells these fights that are not really mega fights, and I've never liked Eddie Hearn. I'm so glad that Teofimo Lopez is finally exposing this guy, and that other people are exposing this guy for ripping everyone off and making them pay this huge money for a network that doesn't even show mega fights. I've seen more UFC and wrestling matches on DAZN and Eddie Hearn's network than I have seen anything else. So Eddie Hearn, I'm glad that people are canceling their subscription to Matchroom, and I hope they continue to do so. I never once bought one, and I never will. And in other boxing news, switching topics, Shakur Stevenson fights in less than 10 days. And he's been in Las Vegas, showing up to the Raiders games. Today he was at the Las Vegas Knights game, and everyone is showing him full attention and support, and they're very excited. Now, I want you guys to understand, Edwin De Los Santos is a very dangerous fighter. I had a couple people in my comment section telling me that I'm not giving De Los Santos enough credit, so let's give De Los Santos the credit that he deserves. He knocked out Rayo Valenzuela, who beat Chris Colbert in a robbery. They robbed him and gave it to Colbert easily. And Edwin De Los Santos knocked out Rayo in 3 rounds, dominated him. So Edwin De Los Santos is a boxer, a puncher. No one knows him, so he's a high-risk, low-reward type of fighter. If Shakur Stevenson ends up dominating Edwin De Los Santos, the only thing I want to hear out of fans' mouth and people in my comment section is that Shakur Stevenson is that guy, and that he is coming up those ladders. And he's honestly the best 135-pounder in the division. I had a lot of people tell me that he has no chance against Gervonta Davis. But correct me if I'm wrong. Gervonta Davis been in jail. He was in jail for 3 months. Got out. Can't even train outside of Baltimore. He ain't fighting nobody but Mexicans. Pitbull Cruz, Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia. The last 3 opponents he's had have been despicable. So I honestly don't want to talk about Gervonta Davis. And when we talk about things on my channel, we don't talk nothing good when it comes to Gervonta Davis, because he doesn't do anything good. He's spoiled. He was Floyd Mayweather's fighter, and he got everything handed to him. And he can punch a little. Congratulations. As soon as he fights a real guy like Shakur Stevenson, you guys are going to see the truth about Gervonta Davis. This is Shakur Stevenson channel. Wake up. F has stripped Terrence Bud Crawford of his title and given it and rewarded it to Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, initially when I heard this, I was very upset. I was like, why would they do Terrence Crawford like that? And Jaron should have to earn his spot, because Jaron's a great fighter. We all know that. His time is coming, but he has to earn it. But then I realized, well, Terrence Crawford's about to move up right to 154, and so it's going to be a vacant title, and they're basically handing the vacant title to the next ranked guy, which is Jaron Boots Ennis, which I'm okay with, but I want to see Jaron fight the best of the best to get it, not just get it handed to him. Now, I just really hope that people, hypocritical channels like Southpaw TV, who get on Tim Zoo for getting a belt handed to him, don't reward Jaron Boots Ennis for getting a belt handed to him because he's a black American fighter or because he's from Philly. You got to stick to your gun. If you don't want fighters to get handed titles, then you got to stick to that your whole way. I don't like it, but it is what it is. And Jaron Boots Ennis is the new IBF champion. I hope they have him fight someone real tough. If I was Terrence Crawford, I wouldn't even move up to 154. I'd stay at 147, but, you know, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles.